In Mark 9, verse 1, Jesus said, "Some of you standing here right now will not die before they see the kingdom of God coming in great power." I wonder what they thought that meant. In fact, I wonder how many of us understand what that meant. Or we certainly have different views, I'm sure. Obviously, the ultimate fulfillment of the kingdom of God and the return of Jesus has not happened, and it didn't happen in the apostles' lifetime, in the first century. But what did he mean? That some of them wouldn't die until they saw the kingdom coming in great power. Well, of course, the transfiguration of Jesus appearing to Moses and Elijah in glorified form, that happened shortly right after that, or almost immediately after he made that statement. Was that what he meant? Or is it the fact that the kingdom of God, as he said, was among them even at that time, because he was and his spirit was there? Or was it that he was foretelling Pentecost and the birth of the church, tongues of fire resting on the heads of believers and people speaking in tongues, and the church being born with miraculous sound and signs and wonders? I think one of the things we know for sure is that the kingdom of God began in the church, and certainly with those apostles and with that church on Pentecost. And in that sense, it did come with great power and a wonderful manifestation. But I think expectations are everything. Expectations really have powerful meaning. What we expect can make a difference in how we interpret and how we see things around us and how we see how God works with us. And so it's important to monitor expectations, to make sure they're in line with God's will and the power of the Spirit and what he's leading us to, and clearly, importantly, most of all, with his word as he's revealed it. I think it's important as we near perhaps the end of this age and the actual second coming of Jesus, that we not set expectations based on human reason, logic, and speculation, but purely on the word and on what the Spirit leads us to. Because we might miss something, or we might misunderstand something. Worse, we might misrepresent something if our expectations are out of line. I'm Pastor Joel. Thanks for joining me on Ministry Minute.